This VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook on this Easter Sunday morning is brought to us by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Currently looking here at snow depths, and really not much of a factor for us, but most of the heavier snows or the snow depths basically are to our north. Looking at the current temperature anomalies, we can see that little patch of colder air across portions of Western Canada that's kind of dropped in, and really above normal temperatures in some parts of the east and below normal in others. Out in the west, it's primarily that colder spot that's working on in that colder patch, and this is going to be the case with colder than normal temperatures as it looks right now, probably through the end of April. Not a lot to update since this morning as we're looking at what is a apparent severe weather outbreak across the parts of the southeast and southern Gulf coastal regions. And a secondary northern branch of the jet stream dropping in and spinning up an area of low pressure, which is going to take a track roughly through the central or eastern Great Lakes, tightening up the pressure gradient and bringing some strong gusty winds, as well as a shot of significant rain and the potential even for a little bit of thunderstorm activity working in out ahead and along a cold front that'll work in late in the day on Monday. Once that moves on by, the westerly winds on the backside of the system do not appear to be as strong, and conditions will probably be a little bit more marginal or threshold for potentially on Tuesday. But overall, I think a lot of our weather is going to quiet on down for the rest of the work week and into next weekend for utilities. So here's our weather system. It's gathering strength and moisture in that area of low pressure, that 990 hectopascal low. That's over parts of Ohio. Then basically it winds up a little bit more toward the central Great Lakes. As you can see, it's kind of jumped back to the west. And off to the west and north, of course, a pretty good slug of snow that's crossing through the Great Lakes region, and just rain for us. But note the pressure gradient is at its tightest as it works on in, and then we have a cold front that kind of whips on through. That then pushes the precipitation out of the region, and we kind of dry slot, and just a few leftover, maybe some minor flurry action, but really not a whole lot going on. We're into the day on Tuesday, which is going to be a better day overall, and a little bit still gusty wind flare-up potential for the southern Green Mountains. And then as we get into Wednesday, a little bit of lake effect snow or snow shower activity. This mostly works in late in the day and really on Wednesday night. And conditions from there, we might see another little Alberta Clipper system that's going to be working through, it looks like, along about Friday night into the day on Saturday, just beyond this period. So just carrying that a little bit further here, we can see this Clipper system that's developing out of Nebraska. You can see a little bit of snow with that. And this develops into a weak area of low pressure off the Long Island coast, 1,005 hectopascal. Moves on out, and so just a little zip of what could be some potential snow coating on area roads yet again. That looks like it's in order for basically Friday night into the morning hours on Saturday. And looking at the GFS ensemble mixed in with some Canadian data, you can see the 3-hourly QPF kind of targets the main day, which is Monday. It's a nice ramp up, peaks out, and then it falls right apart. This could be a couple flurries in the middle part of the week toward Wednesday night, and then the next weather system that's working again toward Friday night, that little Clipper system, is showing up in the GFS ensemble as well. And main storm track, looking at the Weather Prediction Center 7-day total QPF, you can see the maximum amounts are basically up the Appalachians. A little bit more favored for southern parts of Vermont, southern New England, as indicated by the European as well. Driest, of course, to the north. This is the 1-inch amount. This is a half-inch amount, so we're talking more like half-inch, and here we're looking at probably closer to potentially 1.5, 2 inches. Quick look at precipitation type. This is going to be all rain all the time with Monday's weather system, and then we get into a little bit of snow shower activity as temperatures chill, and then potentially some mixed rain and snow. Not a big deal. Let's take a look at the 2-meter temperatures. Looking at the maximum, of course, occurring during the day on Monday with the surge of moisture and incoming rain and gusty southeasterly, south to southeasterly winds, the gradient winds, and then a fallback in temperature and much cooler, basically in the sort of 40s, maybe even flirting in some of the upper 30s for the middle part of the week per the GFS ensemble. And you can see higher dew points work on in up to around 55 degrees. This is in very good agreement with the European model. And so we do have the potential with higher dew point temperatures setting up for basically the southern and perhaps into a little bit of central Vermont. We might see some thunderstorm activity embedded during the late part of the day on Monday with that cold front. These are weighted temperatures, only high temperatures for the next 5 days. So we can see almost coast to coast here, we're below normal in temperature with the bulk of the center of the nation running 12 to 15 degrees below normal. Some indications in the east of the Rockies, 18 degrees below normal. And you can see it's pretty cold across anywhere from Canada all the way down to the Gulf coastal states. What about 3 days later? It looks like this. We made some inroads here, a little bit of a warm up in the Pacific Northwest, but still rather cold almost coast to coast. In terms of leaf out, we have probably not until the first or second week of May. Southern parts of Vermont might see that here in a couple of weeks, but overall, we're looking at no leaves on the trees, and that's going to keep wind thresholds up just a little bit higher. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.